Welcome back to yet another video, and today we're checking out the king of the lightweight carry. So for a pretty long time, the Spyderco Paramilitary 2 was widely valued for its steel, ergonomics, compression lock, and more. However, maybe for some others, it was just a bit too large and long to carry. Because most people don't really need to use the whole 3.4 inches of the blade just to cut packages. Fast forward to 2018, a more smaller, more compact version of the PM2 was released, the Para 3, and then the Para 3 Lightweight. It provided more options for those people who wanted the same design as the PM2, but with a more smaller size, which allowed those who lived in more restricted areas where you can't carry a blade like the PM2 to carry a knife like the Para 3 legally. Alright, so let's take a look at some of the specs and basic features of the knife. Now, the standard Para 3 Lightweight can be purchased with a satin blade or a black on black model, which is this one, either with a fully serrated edge or a plain edge. There are sprint runs and exclusives with Spy 27, Rex 45 blade steel, etc., but I'm not too sure on their availability, so I won't be focusing too much on those. The price on the satin version sets you back at just above $100, whereas the black on black model comes at $119. The Spyderco Para 3 Lightweight has a blade length of 2.92 inches, a closed length of 4.3 inches, and an overall length of 7.2 inches. It weighs in at only 2.5 ounces, which will make it a wonder to carry in the pocket. Here are some other comparisons so you get a more general idea on the Para 3 size. Compared to the Benchmade Bugout, clearly these knives aren't too different in terms of overall length. However, the Para 3 does have a slightly smaller cutting edge and a more stout blade, which gives it more strength. The Para 3 Lightweight has a blade thickness of a 1/14 of an inch compared to the Bugout's 0.09 inches. The Para 3 Lightweight still of course featured the distinctive Spyderco leaf-shaped style blade made of CTS BD1N steel with a full flat grind. This version has a black DLC coated blade and all black hardware for users who want a more stealthy knife. It just makes it really photogenic, honestly. So the Para 3 Lightweight offers black bidirectional fiberglass reinforced nylon or FRN scales compared to the original Para 3 with G10. The FRN scales offer a lighter weight at again 2.5 ounces compared to the 3.4 ounces on the G10 version. The bidirectional texturing on the FRN provide a secure grip because of the way the spikes are pointed towards the center, which prevents your hand from slipping forward or backward. It hosts a deep carry wire pocket clip that can be carried tip up, and it could also be reversed to either left or right configurations. Since it has a very discreet wire design pocket clip with a black non-reflective coating, the knife will be fully concealed in the pocket. Now, the way this knife is built on the inside is actually quite different to the usual way knives are assembled. On the Para 3 Lightweight, you have a linerless side and a side with a liner, obviously for the compression lock, and on the liner side you have a washer. However, on the FRN side with no liner, there is no washer, and from what I've heard and seen is that it affects the blade play. It still offers quick deployment and a drop shutty action despite running on only one washer. The Spydie hole allows you to open this knife a variety of ways, either with a slow thumb roll, thumb flick, and of course the Spydie flick. It has a compression lock, which provides a very fidgety factor. It allows you to close the blade without having your fingers in the path of the blade. Again, the Para 3 Lightweight features a full flat grind made of CTS BD1N steel. Now, what I've seen from CTS BD1N is that it's very similar in terms of edge retention to Spyderco's VG10 steel and S30V. However, CTS BD1N has a longer lasting edge than VG10 and slightly less than S30V. This was shown in Cedric and Ada's video. And by the way, he gives really informative videos about steels and their performance, so I really recommend checking him out if you're interested in some informative and entertaining videos. Although these scales provide a good amount of textured grip, I do prefer the feeling of G10 because it offers more traction and it feels more robust. It feels my hand a little better than FRN in my opinion. And by the way, I've also handled the original Para 3 at my local airsoft store that also sells pocket knives. My first impressions on the G10 ergonomics were actually better than the FRN Para 3. It was just the price that made me decide to get the cheaper lightweight version. An advantage of having FRN scales compared to the G10 Para 3 is that they won't chew up your pants when carried. Also, the edges on the Para 3 Lightweight are more contoured and knocked down, whereas the G10 Para 3 has a more sharper edge. This may affect the ergonomics. I personally like the feeling of a more contoured edge. Take note that the G10 model does cost quite a bit more money, about $50 or $40 more, but I still really like the texture and feeling of the FRN. The design and shape of the handle on the Para 3 Lightweight fits my hand well, no hot spots from the clip at all. The jimping and thumb ramp offers more grip for your thumb to prevent it from slipping up. So I find the ergonomics and the texture of the Para 3 Lightweight to be very comfortable. For practicality, since the Para 3 Lightweight has a pretty thick edge and great slicing capability, it allows the knife to endure pretty tough work. The CTS BD1 end steel is again a steel very similar to VG10 and S30V in terms of edge retention, just in between those two steels, so the edge wouldn't dull out so easily. This knife rides in your pocket very discreetly because of that loop over paper clip like pocket clip with a non-reflective coating. You can easily without too much effort take this knife out of your pocket, deploy it, cut something, put it back in your pocket, which makes this knife really practical in my opinion. Although the screws aren't recessed or flushed into the scales, I wouldn't worry too much about the clip breaking your pants because the material doesn't really create a lot of friction or traction when sliding against your pants. But overall, very deep carry. Love the wire design, but it gets a 10 out of 10 in practicality. So overall, the Para 3 Lightweight is just a really good knife for $100 or $120 to be exact, and it just comes down to size and what you're comfortable carrying every day. Some people might want to carry a knife like the PM2, but also want a blade that is less intimidating when you open it in public. The original Para 3 and the Para 3 Lightweight are the perfect choices if you just want a smaller and lightweight version of the PM2. It still features the same design but in a more cheaper and maybe more appropriate size for everyday carry. But don't get me wrong, ultimately the Para 3 Lightweight is a fantastic everyday carry, and there are reasons why so many people enjoy carrying this knife. Those are basically all my thoughts and opinions I have on the Spyderco Para 3 Lightweight. Let me know what you think about this knife in the comments below. Do you think it would be a great addition to your EDC loadout, or do you already have it? But once again, thanks for tuning in, and if you found this video helpful, consider hitting the like button below and the subscribe button to see more EDC content like this in the future. And hit that notification bell so you know when I upload another video. Again, thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.